All new episode of Bona Fide or Bogus. We are officially halfway through with this episode, so let's see if we can keep the momentum going on the second half of the year. We got 5 new potential facts, got our brains. Let's see if we can do it. I got a pen. I figured I would probably need it to write things down. It's the magic that you don't see while the opening music is playing. So, yeah, week 26, which means we are officially halfway through. We have 5 new facts here. Hopefully, you are doing pretty well. I think my average is pretty good so far. So we're just going to try and keep that momentum train going. I've been recently getting a lot of 4s and 5s, which I feel like I'm ready for a big crash coming up. So let's hope that doesn't happen this time. With potential fact number 1, a newly discovered fungus enters and attacks the brains of ants and turns them into zombies. The idea of zombie ants is a little bit terrifying, just because just a swarm of regular ants is awful. And if you've ever had to call somebody to spray for ants or put down some of that ant bait to get them out of your house, you know they are kind of unrelenting. So zombie ants sounds awful. It kind of scares me enough that that's probably true. I've seen enough horror movies that we're going to go with Bona Fide, and just why not? I feel like I'm at the point now where I can kind of take some risks in this whole thing. I don't need to be as conservative with my guesses and like play it as safe as I have. So we'll take a wild shot at it and just say that that's Bona Fide. Why not? Potential fact number 2. Since 1962, the official sport of Maryland has been jousting. As someone who grew up close-ish enough to Maryland that I feel like I should know it. I don't know, did something happen in 1962 that did something real big in like the jousting world happened, and Maryland was like, we need to get on that and make that our official sport. Is jousting even a sport? That's also a question that I have. It's weird enough. Again, like I'm at these things where I'm like, it's super weird. Like, let's just say, yeah. So I'm going to go 2 in a row and say Bona Fide. I don't know. We're just going to see if that's right. And we're just going to roll on to potential fact number 3. Raymond Loewy, the famed industrial designer, created the unmistakable curved shape of the Coca-Cola bottle. I don't know enough about Coca-Cola to know who created the bottle way back in the day. I know that I feel like there are several other bottles that are the same shape. Maybe not. Maybe that's not it. I feel like a lot of the bottles are similar shaped. I don't know. That sounds true, though. It sounds like there's somebody had to think of it. Somebody had to make it, and so why not? Raymond, I believe in you, and I think that you are talented enough to have made that. So we'll believe in Raymond. I am going to say Bona Fide on that one, and I feel not good because now I've stacked too many Bona Fides in a row. But we're going to see what happens with potential fact number 4. Historically, U.S. plumbers receive more calls on the day after Independence Day than on any other day of the year. Independence Day coming up. I feel like that is completely and totally wrong, though. I always thought it was Thanksgiving. I always heard that they called it Brown Friday for reasons that you can probably guess on your own. So that my gut initially tells me that that's probably not true, because unless people are flushing fireworks down the toilet, which would also make not a lot of sense. So we're gonna go ahead. I don't know. There's just too many things about that I don't think are true. So I'm gonna say bogus on that one. Which brings us to our fifth and final. Cleopatra's rival and sister, Arsinoe IV, was exiled to a leper colony on Cyprus, where she died. I'm not brushed up on my Cleopatra history, or I guess in this case, Cleopatra's family history. But purely based on the fact, this is what I sometimes do, and I don't know if I've ever actually verbalized it, but I feel like when I have too many of one, I feel like I have to, whether I believe it or not, I'm going to pick bogus, because I feel like I can't go with 4 and 1. That would just be crazy. So we'll balance it out a little bit and do 3 and 2. So I'm going to say bogus on that one, just purely of the fact that I have too many bona fide guesses already. So I've got my 5 guesses. Hopefully you have got your 5 guesses as well. You've been playing along. At this point, before we reveal, I would like to kindly remind you to give a like or a comment, share it with somebody. We are halfway through. There's plenty of time to catch up and keep going. But now let's see how we did. Try to keep that a little bit shorter. It really helps the channel, the more that you like and the more that you share. Potential fact number 1 was a newly discovered fungus enters and attacks the brains of ants and turns them into zombies. I said that was bona fide. I don't know what you said, but it is bona fide, and that is horrifying. The fungus controls the ant's brain, forcing the ant to ignore its work and go into a sheltered spot to be killed. Once there, the fungus grows inside the ant's brain and discharges spores into the air to invade the brains of other ants. That is absolutely horrifying, and I don't know why nobody has jumped on a scary movie to have that. So we're 1-0. That's good. Good start. Since 1962, the official sport of Maryland has been jousting. I said that was bona fide. I don't know why. I don't even know if jousting is a sport. It is. It is a sport, and it is their official sport. It is true. Maryland was the first state to adopt an official sport. So there you go. You have also learned now that jousting is a sport, and it's Maryland's official sport since 1962. Raymond Loewy, whatever, the famed industrial designer, created the unmistakable curved shape of the Coca-Cola bottle. I said that was bona fide. I felt bad about it because I feel like we're on too much of a roll here. It is bogus. Apparently he arrived in America in 1919, 3 years after the famed bottle was in distribution. So, first error of the week. That's not good. 2 and 1. Here we go. Got to rally. Got to put our rally caps on. Isn't it like you put it inside out? That wasn't at the rally cap. I don't know. It's been a while since I've had a rally cap on. Historically, U.S. plumbers receive more calls on the day after Independence Day than on any other day of the year. I said that was bogus. It is bogus. It's the day after Thanksgiving when plumbers receive the most calls for help. It is called Brown Friday. So we got a chance for a 4. Here we go. With our last one, with our last fact, we got a chance. It's either going to be 3 and 2 or 4 and 1. Cleopatra's rival and sister, Arsinoe IV, was exiled to a leper colony on Cyprus, where she died. I said that was bogus. It is bogus. Julius Caesar protected her, but after Caesar's death, Mark Antony and Cleopatra had her killed. In case you were wondering about how your family feud was going, they were having people killed. I don't know. So 4 and 1, another 4 in 1 week. That is good. 4 and 1. So let me know how you did in the comments. Let me know how you're doing at the official halfway checkpoint of the year. We'll be back next week. I for sure will be. There might be a cat or two. I don't know. But we're going to be back with 5 more potential facts for another episode of Bona Fide or Bogus. Make sure to come back for what is sure to be a bona fide good time.